The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So let's just get a quick rundown of what we got coming up in the next hour for you, actually the rest of the show, because Clash with Kenzie will have Crosses tickets. That's Chino from Deftones' other band that's amazing. Those tickets coming up in just about 7 minutes when you compete against Kenzie in a trivia contest. 8 o'clock, Q101 Twisted Christmas, sponsored by our great friends Heineken and Byline Bank and Triton College. Bleachers, Mr. Wives, Chicago Girls, Sincere Engineer. That will be coming up at 8. Then we have White Reaper coming in, and they're going to hang out with us from like about 8:45 the rest of the show. Tickets for Lovejoy, White Reaper, and another Chicago band, Bridget Calls Me Baby, tonight. That will be coming up at 8:45-ish, 9 o'clock. All that the rest of the day, besides good old-fashioned fun.
Wow.
What? No?
Not a great wrap-up.
Oh,
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
all right, well, the Blackhawks lost to the Predators, which you found out yesterday why they call themselves the Predators. Do you remember your explanation, Case, that you found on the wonderful internet of why they call them?
I do. The city of Nashville had a list of 75 possible team names. It was whittled down to 3, and the team owner was like, no, what if we call them the Predators? And then they voted on it, and the public never saw the final tally. He just held a press conference saying, we're now the Predators.
That's how I always feel about the presidential candidate.
How so?
I don't think, I have never thought ever that, we're actually picking it. It's my conspiracy theory. I think they're like, man, we'll just throw these away. And, they have their own thing going on.
Well, I'm not trying to be a spoiler, but you remember in Ozark when they traded that deal so they could work the machines that would affect the election.
That would just turn up, voting. You're telling me somebody else hasn't thought of that? I don't know.
That's the only time they had a conscience for a second, too, in the whole show. And then they still went ahead and did it.
But they felt bad about it.
They felt bad about it, but they went ahead and did it.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. I think it's real. I believe
I've
you.
always had that conspiracy theory, not based on any particular president, not well, I wanted this one, so this must be, and not that. I'm saying in general, I've always been I don't know.
You're just not a fan of Dominion voting machines.
I don't buy it. I fill out this crappy form. Have you seen, first off, the volunteers running it, they never know.
That is true.
They don't know what's going on.
I always have a question they can't help.
And then it goes into an old video game system. It's the worst graphic. I'm not trusting this thing.
And it's not even that. It's a Commodore 64 compared to an Xbox or a PS5.
And they print out that fax that I'm I don't know, man. This doesn't seem.
Look, I know we're doing sports, but how antiquated is the election process?
Feels bad.
It just feels like we're going to high school gymnasiums. Why can't I do it on my phone?
Feels like if we were going to invest into something, that would be at the top of the list of what if we made this easier?
Yeah. There's all this money around when they need it to go fight wars, but we can't figure out our election.
Amen, brother. You are speaking my language.
I have a lot of conspiracy. I still think you should vote because I very much.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
There's a very good chance I'm wrong.
This is the famous Kinsey backpedal. This is my favorite. She says something and then she walks it back.
No, because I don't want to be like, Kinsey doesn't think voting matters. That's not what I said.
But it isn't. Yeah.
I think I still go do it. I'm like, they're probably throwing mine away.
I love how it's called the famous Kenzie backpedal.
Oh, I've seen it a million times.
I always have to put a disclaimer on everything, like a candy bar.
Make sure kids get out and vote and do your
Contains
research.
nuts. I'm in trouble.
Might die if you touch this nut. All right, back to sports. I don't know how we get on the election thing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, the Predators.
Predators.
And the guy came in and said, screw your votes. I'm just going to call it the Predators.
And then Kinsey said, stop the steal.
Is that what I said?
Yep. And the hanging Chad changed the course of the country.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So anyway, all that relates to the Blackhawks losing to the Predators 4-3 somehow. But again, another Connor Bedard historic thing happened last night. Went to a shootout, and his first career NHL shootout attempt. Damn, that kid is good. He is so good. It's ridiculous. It's unfair. If I was a 32-year-old hockey player and this 18-year-old kid comes and starts schooling me, I'd be like, boy, I should have been an accountant. I should have went another way. He is ridiculous. He lives up to every piece of hype. This is the greatest Chicago athlete right now. Connor Bedard, 18 years old.
I agree with that. I was ready to push back, but no, he's sort of at the top of the food chain.
There's no one close right now.
No one on the Bulls.
There's no one you can go, well, what about this guy? No. It's Connor Bedard.
I think he's more impressive in a sport than Justin Fields is at his, I like him more than a Cub player or a White Sox player. You're right, Brian. That's a good point.
It's just I'm going to get it. I'm not a jersey guy.
No, you're not.
But I'm going to get one.
Why?
Because first off, hockey jerseys are the best jerseys, but I can't look
long
good.
Sleeves. You like the long sleeves.
Well, it hides a lot too. They're baggy. You know. Would you get a Connor Bedard hockey jersey? Would you wear one if I got one for Christmas, Kenzie?
I mean, if I went to a game, I'd wear it. But I'm not going to just wear it around.
I would love to see Kenzie
I
walking
don't like,
along.
what should I wear today? Oh, the hockey jersey. Like casually.
I want to see Kenzie come in camo shorts and a hockey jersey.
Was she in the band
Billie
Hatebreed? I don't understand.
That'd be amazing. Oh, the Bulls have the Hornets tonight at the Madhouse. Since we're talking hockey, I got to play this audio.
Kenzie, I just want to let you know before Brian sets this up. I came in this morning, Twisted Christmas 12 hours ago. Not even. I'm feeling a little beat up, and Brian goes, "Dude, you got to hear this."
Oh, God.
So Tampa Bay Lightning goalie Andrei Vasilevsky did his 33rd career shutout when they beat the Stars on Monday night. This actually happened Monday night. And that's an incredible feat. He's getting ready to do a post-game interview where it's his moment to shine. In a post-game interview, the goalie gets talked to about everything, and the reporter farted while he was interviewing him.
Oh, my God.
Now, here you go. Here's your treat.
Like, everyone heard it?
Well, here's the treat. You're going to hear it.
What's gone through your mind in the last 48 hours?
Obviously, it wasn't great feeling the last game, but what was the question? Mindset. Yeah. So just sorry.
He couldn't even continue.
Mind
Did you hear it?
Yeah, but I thought the beginning was also it.
Oh, no.
Listen to the beginning of the clip.
It's a little bit of weird clip. You
What's gone through your mind?
thought that was it?
Yeah.
That was the mic. That was like the grabbing the mic a little like this.
Or he's just having, like, some issues.
But let's listen to the real fart. Okay, this is not the fart first.
What's gone through your mind
That's not the fart.
in the last 48 hours?
obviously it wasn't great feeling the last game, but
You know what? That just sucks. You're just like, oh, I had the worst day. It sucks.
Your reporter goes, it's Chipotle before the interview.
He's just like, he's bummed. You're just trying to get in there with your questions.
The reporter, his moment too, to interview a goalie, just did something incredible.
That's what I mean. Like, it's just like, well, you'd just be so upset.
I love how you're more empathetic to the reporter that farted than the guy that had his moment of a 33rd career shot.
Well, because that guy's got to go home. His wife's like, "How was work?" It was fine. It was fine. Nothing
Like,
happened.
how excited are you that you got to get a question? It's like, it's so humiliating.
No, it's just whatever. It was fine. It was-
Everything's fine. Stop asking about
And
it.
the wife's going, you never get to ask a question.
feeling the last game, but
Thanks for breaking this down like this Zapruder Film.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, 312-591-8300. Call right now to compete against Kenzie in a trivia contest. Clash with Kenzie. We have tickets for Crosses. This is Chino from the Deftones, his other project at the Concord Music Hall. A great venue to see it. That'll be Monday, February 12th from our friends at Live Nation. And, of course, from Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So call right now, 312-591-8300 to compete.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
All right, so we have tickets for Crosses, which is Chino from the Deftones, his other band playing Concord Music Hall. To see him in that setting will be unreal. It's furnished by Live Nation, and of course, Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We had interviewed them, and that is up at the podcast at Q101.com, anywhere you find your podcasts, and so check it out. Now, competing against Kenzie for these tickets is Joe, checking in from Indiana. Joe, tell us something really quick about yourself.
I'm a nurse. I'm headed to work right now.
All right,
Aw.
saving lives. Are you
Saving lives.
Are you saving lives? Where do you want to give a shout out to your hospital?
I actually work at a dialysis center, so I see my patients every 3 times a week, and I strive to give them the best quality of life that I can and give them one more day with their family.
Oh, my God.
You are so special because I'll tell you what, my Uncle Jerry is on dialysis, and that is such a long process. They have to go in for hours and hours, a couple times a week, and it really can halt like your life because if you can't like really travel and stuff. They have to go in for a dialysis. So nurses like you are so important because that makes a difference for their experience there.
Thank you.
All right. Now Kenzie's going to kick your ass in trivia.
Okay. It's an uncomfortable position to be in.
Really let her have it, Kenzie.
Let's just skip the little coin flip. Let's just let her go.
Okay. That was very nice. Okay, no coin flip. All right, Joe. You're up first, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. What name doubles as a Mark Twain character and the title of a Rush song? 3, 2,
Oh my gosh.
1. Oh, Kenzie?
Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer.
Those are your boys.
Well, because of I Love You, Man. I know a lot about Rush because of the movie I Love You, Man.
I
Not
Love
bad.
You, Man.
That's
The new
not a bad
Måneskin
pick.
album's called Rush. You got a lot there.
What a Rush.
Rumors of them reuniting or actually getting back together, even though, of course, their drummer passed away. But I mean, rumors of them actually.
because that stops bands all the time.
Well, for them, they said we're not doing it. We're done and we're not going to do it. But you go back home and you sit around the house and eventually you go, "What am I
he
doing?"
would have wanted us to. He wouldn't have wanted this.
Yeah,
That one's crazy because the drummer's like the cool guy in the band.
he was. He wrote the lyrics to all the songs.
Yeah.
The drummer did.
This would be like.
Well, no one wants new songs anyways.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Play the hits. Come on.
Hey, Rush could play the hits for 4 hours. So yeah, I mean,
They're in the play the hit region.
yeah. All right, back to the trivia.
And it's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what type of berry was once believed to cause birthmarks when eaten by pregnant women?
Strawberries.
Oh, you know this. You did the research.
I've seen that.
Are you eating any?
I mean, I had strawberries during the past 31 weeks. Strawberries have been consumed.
So it could be a birthmark coming there somewhere.
I think it's an urban legend.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. We'll find out.
Oh, jeez.
2-0 back to Joe.
Joe, in Harry Potter, who is it that reveals to Harry that he is a wizard?
Oh, it's that big tall guy.
Yeah, 3, 2.
Haggard?
That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna give
Well,
it to
she
her.
kind of said Merle Haggard.
It's Hagrid. That's right.
Merle Haggard told Harry Potter that he was a wizard.
No.
I don't know if that's funny to anybody but Brian and I, but boy, is that funny.
Thank you.
It is 2-1. It's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, how many U.S. states share a land border with Alaska?
None.
The trick question. She
Oh,
got it.
okay.
Damn
I'm
it.
like,
You're right. Let's see here, Joe. Who starred as the lead character in the 2005 comedy Are We There Yet?
Oh, that was Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, indeed. Case told me a story last night about bumping into one of our listeners at Twisted. That what did they say that was mind-blowing to me?
It wasn't a listener. It was the singer of Alex Sucks.
Oh, my God.
It
Okay.
was Alex of Alex Sucks. I was interviewing them. That interview will be up on Q101's YouTube channel on Monday. And we were talking about just the rise of the band and things. And I mentioned Ice Cube. I don't know how it came up. But all of a sudden, the band exploded. They erupted with laughter. And they're like, our singer, Alex, didn't know Ice Cube was a rapper until a month ago. They thought he was just the guy from 21 Jump Street.
Oh, my God.
Only knew him as an actor.
And that's the movie you choose?
And it was like, he's like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
God, Alex.
He's like, I didn't know. It was news to me.
I mean, I assume what is he 24 years old
Yeah,
or
he's
something?
my age, yeah.
Your age, but Ice Cube for you, Boys in the Hood's your favorite movie of all time,
Damn
and that's
straight.
30 years ago.
Absolutely.
So what's their problem?
They're broken.
Well, they suck.
They are lovely. That's a good band.
Oh, they were great, and a lot of people there early to see
Okay,
Alex.
someone's going to die because you guys keep talking. This nurse is trying to get to work.
Oh my gosh, are you still there, Joe?
I'm still here, yeah.
Oh, thank
Jesus.
God.
Thank God. It's 3-2. It's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what instrument did Paul McCartney primarily play as a member of the Beatles?
Slapping the bass.
He was slapping the bass.
Well, I love you, man. Lamar, I love you.
I should have changed these questions for your reference to the
I had
movie
no
every time.
idea.
Yeah.
I wish Ice Cube was in that movie.
Oh, he had a small role. Let's see, Joe. Back to Joe.
Yes.
What gum promised to, quote, stimulate your senses with their, quote, how it feels to chew blank gum commercial? That makes sense to you?
Icebreakers?
Icebreakers is not right. Icebreakers is so good, but this one was better.
5.
5 gum. Oh. Remember those commercials were everywhere, and then I guess their marketing budgets got snipped.
A lot of marketing budgets aren't great right now.
I mean, we got one billboard.
We do.
One more than
It's
5.
It rotates with 800 other photos of other people.
Wonder if 5 gum is another one in our rotation.
Oh my God, probably.
Joe, we're so sorry.
But no, okay, we're still gonna hook Joe up. Stop it.
We are, really?
I'm sorry. I think she deserves a nice night out after saving people's lives and prioritizing people all the time.
Okay.
So we're gonna hook her up.
Oh, yeah? How about that,
Really?
Joe?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yes, Joe. Way to be an amazing person. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you so
Aw.
much.
No.
So you're going to see
So
Crosses.
excited.
Oh, yes. Crosses, Concord Music Hall coming up from our friends at Live Nation. Of course, Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
You're such a softie, and no one knows it except for people that listen to the trivia. You know what I mean? You're such a softie.
I feel guilt over so many things all the time.
Well, if you still like free stuff, don't worry about it. Twisted Christmas tickets for Thursday, Bleachers. That's coming up at 8 a.m.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, so again, 20 minutes away from 8 a.m., those Bleachers tickets. And we'll actually have Q101 Twisted Christmas tickets for tonight as well. White Reaper stopping by in about an hour. We'll have them hang out with the show and then give you tickets for that one as well. So ways to get to tonight and tomorrow night's Q101's Twisted Christmas if you just hang out here, 8, 9 with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Something bizarre. You think your dating life, do you have a story that you know, people talk about, maybe you don't tell it anymore because of your relationship and how it happened, but everybody else talks about you guys out there, your relationship, because of how weird or whatever connection happened, how you found your person? Please call us and share that story at 312-591-8300. Here's why we're talking about that. So a while back, Amy Robach, who was on Good Morning America, right? She was Good Morning America, not Today's Show, or was it Today's Show? I lost track of it all of a sudden.
Ooh, I don't remember. Now that you say that,
I
threw
ruined
me
it.
off. Yeah.
There was a big scandal. She was on crap.
Wow. Way to do your research before you open up the microphone
She
and
was
ask a question.
She was on Good Morning America. I know. I messed myself up
I
there.
thought so, but then when you said that,
I
I'm
know.
like, oh.
I messed up your head.
Yes.
So she had a co-host on there named TJ Holmes. They both broke up with their currents. And I guess they were cheating, you'd say. And then
You would say.
that's what it's called. And then they got together. And it seems like, you know, sometimes that's just a hookup, but they're actually together in a relationship. And like really long term now at this point. So Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, it was a scandalous. And they both left the job at Good Morning America or were asked to leave because it's against the HR rules, you know, going together like that. So now a story comes out that their exes, Amy Robach's is Andrew Shue. If you remember from Melrose Place, if you go back that far, he was an actor in Melrose Place.
Oh, yeah. I actually did forget about that.
Yeah, real good looking guy. And then TJ Holmes' ex, Marilee Feibig, are now dating. So they're,
Right, so their exes, so now they're all like back to being like a cesspool couple. So they've paired off with others.
is that what that's called? A cesspool couple?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure, like, you know, I'm just saying, like, it's all intertwined.
That's a technical term. So the cheaters got together, and now the ones that were cheated on have gotten
it.
together.
You know, they talked about how they bonded, like, over the trauma of the experience.
Sure.
And this actually happened to my aunt.
What?
So, 1,000%, her parents. So, my aunt by marriage. So, my uncle is, like, related to my dad, right?
Right.
So I'm not blood related to any of these people that would happen to. But my aunt, who I love very much, really nice lady. She, one of her parents had an affair,
Okay.
right? And then the exes ended up together, and it's been like 20 or 30 years. So now both of her step-parents used to be married to each other.
Whoa.
Yes.
What?
And they've been together this long. So they had an affair. The other two got together and ended up meeting that way, kind of similar, like talked about things, leaned on each other during that time.
Yup.
Created a bond, and they ended up together.
That is wild.
How crazy is that?
I guess, anybody out there got something like that? I'm curious how you got together with your person at 312-591-8300. Call in. Because they're going to have to explain that story if they have a kid, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes. Yeah, well, we cheated on our other peoples, and then they got together. And they're going to come over, and they're going to come over for Thanksgiving. I mean, it's like, what the hell?
So it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I personally, now I've never been in that particular scenario where I've been cheated on a lot, but I haven't had like the girl be cheating on a guy, and then I met it's just been like more like random girls I didn't know them type thing.
Yeah.
So that has not happened to me, but I would imagine I would just want to walk away from the whole situation. Like, I understand a trauma bond. I understand, like, what a good person to lean on because you both need somebody at that time. I could see it.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I would never, because you're always going to be somewhat reminded of it. That's like their ex. That's how you met. Like, how'd you guys meet? How'd you this? I think I would just want to, like, clean, like, walk away from it and never visit it again.
I think I'd probably think about that every 3 minutes for the rest of my life. If I was in that situation and that happened, how do you forget that? How do you?
Also, this part is gonna sound immature, but it's just like how I would feel. So
Yeah.
I can't help it. Is that one of the people that you dislike the most in life, right? The person that was willing to sleep with your significant other, even though they knew you existed.
Yeah.
So you dislike them. Also got to bang your current significant other, and that would piss me off.
Yeah. The appropriate term is make love.
No, not that. They're evil. The cheaters are evil.
So a lot of people are texting, and I want to hear your stories, though, because by a text, we can't get everything. For example, Patricia texted in, that happened to my friend's parents. Her stepmom is her stepdad's ex-wife.
Wait.
It's hard to figure that out. Her stepmom is her stepdad's ex-wife. My brain can't follow that.
Well, based on who she was with.
Okay.
How was it her stepmom in the first place?
I don't know. So that's why you got to call up and explain it, Patricia. Please, everybody, if you're texting in right now, we got some great stories coming in about this. Like, for example, Lauren texted in, my fiance and I are together because of Pierce the Veil. I need to know more of that story.
See, that's much more positive.
That's a positive.
Unless it's because she used to sleep with Pierce the Veil, and then he came in, like, then it's, okay, now it's getting murky, right?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Yeah, please call up and explain these stories at 312-591-8300. How you ended up with your person it could be weird, it can be positive like that, unless, like Kenzie said, maybe it wasn't that positive.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, so we got those Bleachers tickets coming up in about 9 minutes for Q101's Twisted Christmas Thursday. So we'll also have an interview with them coming up on Thursday as well before the show. We got White Reaper coming by today later on, and we'll have those tickets for tonight when you get Lovejoy, White Reaper, and Bridget Calls Me Baby. Chicago bands on both those bills. Tonight, Bridget Calls Me Baby, and then on Thursday, Sincere Engineer. Really looking forward. Last night, Local H. So with the Chicago connection to all of the Twisted shows, it's just so wonderful. It's amazing to see these bands perform at the Aragon. So we're talking about this weird thing that's happened with the former Good Morning America people. So Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, they cheated on their spouses, and then they left them, and they're together still as a relationship, not just like a one-nighter. Now, their exes are together. Weird. Now, we asked you about something weird in your relationship, how you ended up with your person. And Lauren checked in from Oak Lawn. I called her out. She texted in, said, Pierce the Veil is why I'm together with my person. So Lauren's on. Tell the story now, Lauren. Thanks for calling in.
No problem. First of all, love being on Q101 right now. But
all right, we love
you're
on.
Thank you. When my fiance and I were in high school, I was 14 and he was 16.
Okay. All legal.
Yeah, totally legal. You know, we're all good. I walked into our science classroom. I had never met this man before. I didn't even see him in the hallways. And I was wearing a Pierce the Veil sweatshirt. And he was like, oh, a fellow emo kid. Cool. Like, I like this girl.
Aww.
Flash forward a couple months later, we're hanging out, and we go to the Pierce the Veil Sleeping with Sirens World Tour. One of the best concerts of my life. And during If I'm James Dean, You're Audrey Hepburn by Sleeping with Sirens, he officially asked me to be his girlfriend using the lyrics to the song. It was so cute. It was like straight out of a story. But we ended up breaking up for a couple years because of college. We just got back together 2 years ago. And the moment that we got back together, that same song was playing as he asked me out again.
What?
So, I know, such a coinky dink, but yeah, now.
My God, now you have to have that be your first dance song at your wedding.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Okay,
It is.
okay, Kenzie. Now, Kenzie loves love, and
I do.
she's hearing your story, and it's really emotional and it's fun. But I want Kenzie to hear.
What?
Casey, I'm going to play this for Kenzie.
The
to see
song?
if you think this is a first dance wedding song. Okay, so everybody just hang tight here. Here's the song you want for. Okay, that
You're gonna need a choreographer. You're gonna need to you have to work it out.
might be a little tough for that
You have to
one.
work it out.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.